Hello.
Well. Here we are. Here we
I
are.
know.
Look at this. We're a whole other 2 weeks on now. So
I
you didn't
know.
even notice. You didn't even notice. So I have to tell everybody.
Oh, okay.
The other day, Sam and I were having a conversation, and I said to him, I've cut my beard off. I said, I'm fed up with it. It gets on my nose. It gets on my nose. It tickles my nose and all sorts. So I said, I've chopped it all off. And he went, you haven't. I went, I have. Yeah, I've chopped it all off. And of course, look,
He lied to me, everybody, because he's still got his beard.
I managed to grow it back in 2 days. Awesome. Yeah. So I was looking forward to that moment, but you didn't even notice. Terrible.
Actually, no, I didn't. Everybody, I sat here and we were doing the backstage stuff as we do, and I was just like, it just didn't even occur to me until Jessie went, "He still got it." I was like, "Oh."
We've been sound checking and everything for at least half an hour. So anyway, welcome to Songbird Sessions number 2. So this one is a little bit of a special because those who were watching the first one will remember that we were supposed to have Tennessee Twin and we were supposed to have Bob Gallie. And unfortunately, in the sound check, it was perfect. And then as soon as we went to go live with Bob, there was this weird noise going on and we couldn't figure it out. And we tried. And unfortunately, he couldn't join us for the first show. So we said, what we'll do is we'll put a special show on. We'll get you back. And so that's what we've done. So we've got a show with Bob, and we've also got indie kind of folk singer, songwriter as well. Fabulous talent, Jessie Desai.
One of me bezies.
Yeah, and we know Jessie. We know Jessie really well. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to this one, and we've heard Bob doing sound checks and stuff like that. So his stuff is amazing.
He's awesome, guys. Yeah.
Be prepared to be impressed. So just a couple of things to kind of share with you. So we're going to talk through the songs. We're going to talk through what inspired them to write songs, all the kind of stuff that we want to know about. They're going to play songs. They're going to introduce songs. They're going to talk about what led to that song, those sorts of things. But also the other thing we do want to do is obviously we don't make money from this. We're not looking to make money for us. But these are all these people that we will be bringing to you over the course of the next sort of 12 months sort of sets of shows are gigging musicians. So what we're encouraging them to do is share their PayPal links. And then like when I went to Nashville, you would go into all these little bars, and on the bar everywhere there was all these little tiny tip jars, and people weren't tipping $30-40. What they were doing is they would, every time they were buying a drink, they were popping $1 or $2 into the tip jar, and over the course of the night, as more people come through, they get a little something out of it. So we are encouraging you, if you like the acts you see and you love the songs and you love what they're doing, please consider just donating maybe £1, maybe £2. Every little, for these people who haven't been able to live gig for ages, every little bit helps. Then there's no pressure, because we recognize people are in different positions as well. So it's just, if there's an opportunity and you want to, we've got the PayPal links, so please do consider tipping them as well. Just £1 or £2 is really useful. So what's really funny is we can see them backstage sitting there. So Jessie's kind of like this, waiting. She's prepared, she's ready. Bob's kind of doing this, kind of playing songs, doing stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be really good. First of all, we're going to start the show off in the same way that we normally do, which is where we're going to get Sam to play a song. Ordinarily, I would be playing a song either with him or kind of on my own. But as you can see, I'm sat in a kind of bedroom.
Yeah, because normally we're together in what is Andy's studio. But unfortunately, he's away this week, everybody. So
I'm on holiday. As you can see, I've burnt already, so I'm red all around here. So I am doing this from my brother-in-law's house down on the Suffolk coast. Hence the reason I haven't got guitar or anything like that. So Sam's going to play us a song, and he's going to introduce and talk about the song. And then once he's done that, we'll get Bob and Jessie in, and we'll start finding out about their musical journey, and we'll get listening to some of their songs. Okay. In the meantime, do comment as well. Do use the chat. Do share the video. Do watch parties and stuff like that, and help us to encourage a bigger audience as well. So that'd be great. So do comment and do ask questions and things, and we'll come back to the comments as we go through the show. Yeah. So on that side of me, Sam Schemmel, take it away.
Okay, so everybody, as everyone knows, Andy Hughes, he's a fabulous singer-songwriter from Burton. But every time he writes a new song, everybody, he phones me, messages me, sends me the song. He goes, "What do you think? What should I do?" And he sent me this song. It is now called Footprints. I got to name it. Yay! He's going to say no now. Look, he's going to say no. But I did get to name it in a way.
It is.
And I fell in love with it. Absolutely, because it was so different to Andy's stuff. And I was like, it's got to be mine. It's got to be mine. So I kind of asked him nicely if I could do this song. And it took him never, because he was meant to send me the words and the lyrics before the next week. He said, give me a week to play it out and about, and I'll do it. And he didn't. He's the only time he's never given me his songs, words and lyrics. So I've had to work it out myself. And me and the girlfriend, we did it for him the other day live in the park. But yeah, so I will Andy describe. It was all right. It was all right. Thanks, mate. Oh, thanks, mate. So I'm going to do the version that I do, because I helped him with a word. I'm not going to say a couple of words, but I helped him with one word. So it's like a co-write in a sense. No, it's not. But I'll let Andy explain where it came from, and then I will play it. So, Andy, where did the inspiration come from?
So this is, again, so my songwriting journey has been, when they tell you write songs about the things you know first, then start to explore other topics and things like that. So the first set of songs I wrote were all about childhood, past, all those kind of things, happy places. But this particular song was inspired by listening to somebody else describe a book. And they described a book and described the journey that this guy had been on through this book. And I thought, that's a lovely story. But I didn't want to tell his story because this other guy had written a song about it. So I wanted to tell a different story. So I just started playing around with ideas. And it was that concept that sometimes you hit those points in life where you just want to go, do you know what? I just want to stick the car and drive off somewhere, forget everything, and discover myself or whatever it is. So that was what the kind of story was behind the song. So it was about kind of leaving everything behind, going in search of yourself, your soul, your soulmate, home, those kind of things. So yeah, that's it. Over to Sam.
So yeah, the reason why it resonated with me was because for a long time now, I've been telling everybody who knows me, I'm going to pack up and sod off in a van and travel all over the world. So at some point in my life, everybody, you'll see me in a little camper van traveling around doing you know what. So this is Footprints by Sam Schemmel, aka and Andy Hughes.
Sing my song. Sing my song. And I shall let Sam take the screen. And then I shall be back afterwards and we'll carry on and we'll introduce Bob and Jessie.
Right, so let me just double check because I've had to change it all around tonight. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is Footprints. I hope you all enjoy. Sam's version. Was his 27th birthday when he put his car in drive. He headed out somewhere that would make him feel alive. Didn't know what he was looking for and he had no plan in mind. When he walked into the desert, he left everything behind. saw him laying on the ground like dust upon the floor. She pulled him to his feet and said, I know what you're searching for. It's the freedom of the open sky. It's a river running wild. She had the beauty of a woman and the spirit of a child. Sometimes you've got to lose yourself to find yourself again. Sometimes you've got to leave it all behind. The path is never easy, there's so many ways to go. Sometimes you've got to search to find a soul. She held his hand for him to follow, led him deep into the night. They came across the cabin that was lit by candlelight. The doorway framed a silhouette that he thought he'd recognized. She had the beauty of a woman and the spirit of a child. As he turned to his companion on the empty desert air, there was just one set of footprints. Was she ever really there? Sometimes you've got to lose yourself to find yourself again. Sometimes you've got to leave it all behind. The path is never easy, there's so many ways to go. Sometimes you've got to search to find a soul. But sometimes you've got to lose yourself to find yourself again. Sometimes you've got to leave it all behind. The path is never easy, there's so many ways to go. Sometimes you've got to search to find a soul. Sometimes you've got to search to find a soul. Sometimes you've got to search to find a home.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, that was all right, Andy.
Then, of course, I am biased because it's my song. So, yeah.
It's not your song, mate. It's mine.
Yeah, I think technically the law would describe it as my song. I mean, if you want to try that, then.
I did say everybody I'd steal it one day. It only took, a month and a half.
Every time he phones me now, it's like, you need to give me that song. You need to give me that song. You need to give me that song.
I want to buy it off him.
If I make it famous, you can have the royalties. Okay. So, just very quickly, we have the wonderful Bob Gallie, who is going to be singing some songs for us, talking about his journey, and we have the fabulous Jessie Desai. So we'll bring them in and we'll get them to talk a little bit about kind of their background. We'll find out kind of their sort of early musical journey influences and some of those sorts of things, and then we'll have a listen to some of their songs, and we'll kind of do it that they'll play a couple of songs each, then we'll have a bit more chat, then they'll play a couple more songs and so forth. So I've just noticed, now I hope this isn't going to be a repeat, but I've just noticed that Bob has disappeared off my feed, so I'm hoping that in about 2 or 3 minutes
he'll be back.
He'll be back. I think the other thing we've got to remember is it is absolutely roasting outside. So my poor old laptop is going, you can't expect me to operate in this heat. It's too hot. So hopefully it won't affect us too much, but we'll see how it goes. But it is roasting. So without further ado, we'll bring in the wonderful Jessie Desai, and I'm sure Bob will be here momentarily. Here she is, Jessie Desai.
I'm here.
So Jessie Desai is our good friend. Sam and Jessie have known each other for a long time. Jesse
For
and I
years.
probably what 2.5, 3 years now, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
It's got to be
something like
something
that, I
like
think. Yeah, a couple
that.
of years, I think.
Yeah.
We met Andy at I met him at a open mic that he runs, and me and Jesse met him at Stu Larson's show in Nottingham.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Had I not,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd met you before that singing somewhere. Because
Yeah, you
otherwise I
two had
wouldn't.
met
That must
because
be it.
Andy-
Because I
you
wouldn't.
came
I
up to
wouldn't go up
Sam.
to a random person in the middle of a thing and go, "Hi,
Yeah.
my name's Andy. How are you?"
He did
Might have been the other way
everybody.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So Jesse, firstly, thank you very much for coming on the show. Welcome.
for having me.
It's brilliant to have you here. So just for our listeners, what we do is we go through your kind of background. So what inspired you into songwriting, those sorts of things, and then we'll talk a little bit later around some of the kind of journey in terms of how you write songs and that sort of thing. So it'll be useful for all our viewers to kind of learn a bit about who you are, where you live, kind of what's your background into music, what got you into music and writing.
Well, I mean, I was brought up playing music because my whole family's musical. So I was not forced to have piano lessons, but I was told I was having piano lessons when I was 8. Classical piano lessons, which was fun actually. And so from there, I ended up picking up the guitar as well. So because my dad plays the guitar as well, and watching him play, and then seeing Ed Sheeran as well.
So what I would say is with Jessie as well, Jessie's got this thing she does with a picking style of guitar that we've tried to copy, and you just can't. It's like there's almost like she's got 6 fingers, and there's something else going on there. We've tried, but we can't.
Oh,
But you'll hear it. It's really clever, really good.
it makes me jealous. It makes me jealous. It really does.
I've tried to show him. It's just I don't really know what to do myself.
We're old. That's the problem, Jess. We're old.
That's it.
Yeah,
She
your hands
goes,
don't move fast enough.
yeah, it's quite straightforward. It's easy enough. Yeah, not when you're our age. Yeah, or my age.
I forget
Yeah.
sometimes.
So what's your kind of listening to music and listening to others play music? What was the point where you kind of went, oh, I actually want to take it further and I want to start thinking about writing? Was it a particular song? Was it a particular person, sort of musician or something? I'm having this because I'm roasting hot.
I think Sam will probably guess is. I'm a big fan of a guy called Joe Dolman, who lives in Leamington. So is Sam actually.
Yeah.
He's a really good writer and a really good performer. And watching him and listening to his songs, I think really made me want to write my own. And then I met him at the Sunflower Lounge, I think in 2015, 14, somewhere around there. And he really encouraged me to, go for it and just have a go. And so yeah, it just gave me like the spur to have a go. And it's gone from there really.
So what was it about his songs then? What was it about his songs, his songwriting that made you think I want to do the same, or I want to do my way of doing that?
I think it's the way he phrases certain lines and the sort of hidden meanings that he uses. And he uses a lot of like similes and metaphors and stuff like that. And just, I don't know, just the way he writes is really, I don't know, it's very attractive to me. And I was like, oh, I really like that. I want to write like that. So
it's interesting as well, because you mentioned this kind of the hidden meaning. We were talking about this with Tennessee Twin last time. We were saying, the craft of songwriting, because anyone can write a song, but the craft of writing a song is sometimes in that short set of words you've got in a line is saying something in a way that implies a hidden meaning that people can go, I can take it that way, I can take it this way. Yeah. So you obviously, a bit like, I guess, me as well, you like a little bit of that kind of cryptic, where the way you write is people can take it different ways and it can mean different things to different people at different times.
Yeah, I like that. I like it not to have a particular meaning, I mean, obviously it will to me, but you know, people find meanings in, meanings in everything. So if they can find a meaning in one of my songs that I didn't intend to be there, then if it helps them, then it helps them.
So what was your first song you wrote?
Oh.
I'm not necessarily going to ask you to play it.
Yeah, don't.
I know
I
this
won't
one.
remember it. Wait, do
I
you
just what was the
Yeah.
first
Think
song? I
no.
guess.
Oh.
What the
Sorry,
first
go on.
song that you wrote that you thought, yeah, I'm pleased with that. What one was that?
Okay, well, I mean, I was just happy that I wrote a song, to be honest, to begin with. But the first one I actually played out and about was when I first met Sam on the night I met Sam, and it was a song called "Bottled Up Tight," and yeah, I was really pleased with that actually.
It's a great song, Andy. She should
Okay.
play it so
I
much
could never
more
sing
often.
it properly because I wrote it like in a stupid key, and
So we're not going to put you
don't
under
know why.
pressure to play it, but were you trying to then inject those cryptic kind of lines, those hidden meanings in that, or was it about something else?
I was trying to, but I think I needed to practice my craft a little bit more. But
Okay.
I was trying my best, and I thought I think it was the third song that I'd ever written, and I was really happy with it actually, with the way it came out. But yeah, I did sort of try and write it the way that, yeah, with hidden meanings and stuff.
Okay. So just a very quick side point. So we have in the comments, we've got some people who are regulars as well with this. So Maria, and we have Joshua, Joshua Strong,
Hey, Josh.
who is Jessie's other half. I was about to say better half, but I can't say that, can I? Jessie's other half.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
And the first time I met Josh was he had this beard that was like down here, and he had this tash over here, and I thought, I really want one of those. So he is kind of the inspiration behind me doing this, and he's just come on and said, "Oh my god, that beard's amazing." Thank you, Josh. That means an awful lot to me. Well done, man. Well done. So I think let's not tease our viewers anymore. Let's kind of get into a couple of songs from you, and then we can talk about, because I'm interested in as well the evolution that you feel you've gone through with your songwriting, from writing those kind of first few songs to some of the stuff you might write later on. So you'll do a couple of songs for us, introduce the songs, tell people the story kind of behind the song. We'll leave you in peace to kind of sing, and then we'll kind of come back on when you've done that sort of two songs, and we'll chat a little bit more. So without further ado, we shall leave you in peace with the wonderful Jessie Desai, and we shall see you in about, I don't know, they're folk songs, so about 25 minutes. Yeah, not quite that long.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Right, Jessie Desai.
Right, so my first song is a song called Postcards. And I wrote this after I went to Spain with Josh. And my mum wanted me to send her a postcard from there. And I did not want to find a post box and work out how to send mail from Spain to England. So when I got back, she was like, "You didn't send me a postcard." And I was like, "I'm sorry. I bought you one, and I brought it back with me, but I didn't post it." So to make up for it, I wrote her this song because she was a bit disappointed. I was going to say angry, but she wasn't angry. She was disappointed. So this is the song I wrote for my mum, and it's called Postcards. I should have sent you a postcard from the furthest place on the coast I've ever been. You know it's unusual the way it says I'm thinking about you, but the sun soaked up all the words I had. Now I guess that I'm speechless. Should've known that the waters, they weren't calm when I was a million miles from your arms. But even though I am losing light faster than you, we're both under skies So that song was Postcards. I hope you all enjoyed it. So this next song is a song that I wrote a long time. Well, I say a long time ago, probably a couple of years ago. And it's not really a true story. It's more about trying to practice my craft, and it was more where I had a particular line that I thought sounded really good, and I thought I'll try and work from that and write a song. But it goes along the lines of being a bit tired in either a romantic relationship or any sort of relationship, and sort of outgrowing it and finding your feet, and saying you've outgrown it. And the song is called Outgrown, so it makes sense. So I hope you like it. When did we collide? You tore me up inside. Now there's nothing for your hands to hold. And when did we forget how to be Romeo and Juliet? Now every time we touch, it's cold. Before the roles reversed, and we weren't so rehearsed. 'Cause baby, I think that I've outgrown this love, and I've finally found my feet. So before the silence drowns out the broken sound of your heartbeats, tell me, when did we stray from out of harm's way? No, when did we start loving other hearts, causing sparks to light and fires to fade? And how did we confuse this shade of black for blue, painting over all the cracks that we made? Before night turns to day, we knew exactly what to say. 'Cause baby, I think that I've outgrown this love. I've finally found my feet. So before the silence drowns out the broken sound of your heartbeat, tell me, when did we stray from out of harm's way? No, when did we collide? You tore me up inside. Now there's nothing for your hands to hold. That was called So that was called Outgrown, and I hope you liked it. Oh, hello, welcome back.
Absolutely fabulous, Jessie. Absolutely fabulous.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, Jessie, right, very quickly. You know when you write your songs?
Sorry, I've just broke my piano stand. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
so when you write your songs, where do you get your inspiration for the chords and things like that? Do they come into your head, or do you have to work at it a little bit?
No one's ever asked me that before.
Ah,
I just usually play around, really. I mean, sometimes I'll see, like weird chords that people use, like when we're out and about watching other people, or on YouTube, or people I listen to. If they do a weird chord, I'll be like, "Ooh, I like that." If I like it, obviously, and I'll pinch it. Well, not pinch it, but try and learn it and then incorporate it sometimes.
So does that then? Go on. Sorry, go on. Carry on.
I was just going to say sometimes I also so with postcards I wrote in like a different key. I think I wrote it in with the first chord was an E shape, so I just transposed it into something a bit easier, which is why you get the weird D7 or whatever it is at the end. So that's another, that's how weird chords come about sometimes.
So does then that shape the way you then write?
I don't think the actual chords. Well, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess they do, because obviously certain chords will be more sad, sort of minor chords, and then you'll have ones that are in the middle and ones that are happy. So I guess it does kind of. I mean, if it's very extreme, then it will. But like for your standard G, C, E minor, I think you can write sad and happy. So it's
Yeah.
That's 75% of my songs. G, C, D, E minor.
and mine really, actually. It's just disguised a little
So
bit.
do you experiment with the chords then when you get a G? I mean, we all know the G where you kind of add that extra little finger just above the G string to kind of create a different sound. Do you experiment with chords like that where you kind of maybe remove a finger, add fingers, do ninths, suspended, things like that?
I mean, I wouldn't know the names, but yeah, I mean, I always try and add my little pinky finger in, or pull it off if I can, or anything like that, just to make it sound a bit more like. I like quite the ringing notes, like the high E and the B strings. So I try and put my fingers on those if I can, because I like the sound of it.
Does it make a difference then? Because people who play piano, when they play piano, it feels like they've got options to so many unusual chords that you don't get as much or as often on a guitar. So do you ever play stuff on the piano that kind of to then use it on the guitar, or find chords to use on the guitar? Did the two ever cross?
Yeah, I mean, usually I find it easier to play chords on the guitar just because you can use capo. So obviously, if you put a capo on 5, you've got a different chord if you play G compared to open. So
they make capos for pianos?
Unfortunately not. So you have to transpose. So, but by doing that, by transposing, you work out different chords, and then it helps me to sort of work out what chords go with other chords. So if obviously I know what goes with G and E minor, but if you were to say F sharp minor, I wouldn't really know. But if you were to put a capo on and play a G, then I'd know. So it helps in that respect. So
did you originally write your songs on the piano and then transpose them to guitar, or how did your process work?
Well, I wrote Bottled Up Tight on the piano, because at that point I think I was still playing the piano, but I stopped for ages and I've only just started again. But yeah, I wrote Bottled Up Tight on the piano. I think that was the only one. No, and I wrote another one on the piano, but I actually transposed them both to guitar, only because my piano was it was a keyboard, it was pretty rubbish. So it just sounded a lot better on the guitar.
Everybody, Bobby's texting me away. If Andy can sort of get me out of the session a second, and I'll try my best to. Every time, guys, he's just said that to me. The exact words he goes, "I'm jinxed," because we've done 2 sound checks now, and both of them sound fantastic. And this morning we did a sound check as well this afternoon. But he's now.
I think he's okay. I think his laptop is just picking up not picking up his mic, and then he just needs to plug and do that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but
so
I think we'll
let
be
me
more
go
successful this time.
And I'll be back in a little moment. Okay.
Look, I tell you, I've just turned the light on. Look how red I am. My nose, I'm like a reindeer. I am. I'm like Santa's reindeer. It's not that bad, but I had my shades on. So obviously I've got these now panda eyes. Terrible.
Just keep your shades on.
I'm going to have to now for the next 5 days at least. So just very quickly, we'll go through some of the comments. So Maria Reynolds is with us. Maria listened to our last show as well. She's listened to some of the other live streams we've done as well. So hello to Maria, saying she's missing the open mics. And we've also got, who else? Joshua, of course. We've got Sue Desai, Mummy Desai is on.
Yes, Mummy.
Kind of
Hello,
saying,
Mummy.
haven't I got an amazing daughter? Yes, we all know that already. Yes,
Oh.
she is rather marvelous and talented.
She's quite biased, though.
Mike, yeah, is she really? Is she? You reckon? Yeah, yeah. Michael Plunkett, hi Sam and Jess, and who was that? Alan Meller. Good evening, Jessie. Good to see you again.
Hi, Alan. He takes some great photos. Really good photos.
Does he? Does he allow you to
Yeah.
use them afterwards? Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's the ones on my music page. I think my profile picture and my background one. He took at a gig in Birmingham, and they're really good
Oh,
photos.
okay.
They're my favourite.
So there, what I would say is go and check out as well Jessie Desai's music page. It's Jessie Desai Music on Facebook. Have you got YouTube as well?
Yeah, if you just type my name in, it should come up with something.
Yeah. So look at the picture on the screen of Jessie and just look for that girl in the picture because it's you in all of them, isn't it? That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have Joshua is on, of course, going love you, baby, and all that kind of lovey-dovey stuff. Julie Tickle from Midlands Open Mic. If you also get the chance to check out Midlands Open Mic on a Friday night, they do it's an open mic. They do themes and stuff like that. She's been doing it since the start of lockdown, and they do it consistently. They're really organised, really good evening. Have you done that yet, Jessie? Have you done the Midlands Open Mic?
I did it.
Yeah, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple months back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So Sam, Jessie, and I have done sort of spots on there. They've got fabulous singers on there. We also have Joe Bayliss, another good supporter of ours. And he wanted to see Bob Gallie last time, Bob Gallie. And then obviously he couldn't come on, so he was like disappointed. So he's come on again, not only to see Bob Gallie because he knows Jessie as well, but he's come on as well to see Bob Gallie. So Joe, we are having again 1 or 2 minor technical hitches with Bob. I think I blame it on Windows 8 and heat as much as anything. So Maria Reynolds, Jessie's music is brilliant, lovely voice, great guitar playing too. You're not wrong now, I tell you, her guitar playing is so clever. And Jenny Goodwin, it sounds amazing. Sam's love of his life.
Hi Jenny.
So let's take another couple of songs from you, if we may, and then when we come back on, we'll start talking about your songwriting process. So I'm interested in how you go about crafting songs, whether it's changed and evolved through your journey as well. So we'll let them hear another couple of songs from you, and hopefully we'll have Bob to support you as well in a little while.
Hopefully.
So this is the wonderful, fabulous Jessie Desai. Going to sing another couple of songs and introduce them and tell you the kind of background to them as well. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to play my mum's favourite song, one that wasn't actually written for her, but she loves it anyway. It's called Home, and it's about loneliness, basically, and missing someone and missing the little things. And it's called Home, so I hope you like it. When he gets home, he takes his shoes off at the door, puts his keys down on the side, he'd forgotten for a while that he's alone once more. No second pair of shoes by the door, no lipstick on the counter. Oh, he can't live without her. 'Cause life's not going the way he planned, not sticking to the script, and there's no one to lend a hand she called her phone 'cause it was 3 in the morning and she left with no warning. So he sleeps with the window open wide to try and hide the grey skies that cause the tears in his eyes. 'Cause life's not going the way you plan, not sticking to the script. And there's no one to lend a hand when he's in need of it. With just the beat of his heart to keep him company. There's so much colour that he can't see, but this loneliness is all there's no light to guide him home. Guide him home. 'Cause he can't see the wood for the trees. She's got him on his knees begging, please, oh come home. Come home. So that was a song called Home, and if you did like it, you can actually catch it on BBC Introducing. No, hang on. Evenings on BBC West Midlands via the Introducing show tomorrow night, hopefully at about 8:15. So that's the proper produced version. So yeah, this next song is a bit of a soppy love song, and it's called When the Lights Fall Low, and it's about being in love and being happy and kind of not really understanding how someone could feel a certain way about you, because obviously, yeah. So, yeah, that wasn't a very good explanation, but you'll get it from the song. It's called When the Lights Fall Low. Standing on the stone steps under the light of the moon, my train home will be here very soon. And I'm holding his hand and he's holding mine. Whatever this is, it's for a lifetime. And as he fades out of sight and becomes another shadow of the night, all these feelings that I thought I knew, they followed me home and grew into something beautiful, something true. And if there's ever nowhere to go, I know his arms will always be my home. When he said, oh, in a half light, when I look at you just right, you as pretty as New York City at night. And on that day when you turn my world from grey, you're as bright as the northern lights in Norway. But when he looks at me, I wonder what he sees. 'Cause when he looks at me, he doesn't see what I see. But everybody knows this is the way it goes. And he'll love me even when the lights fall low. And if there's ever nowhere to go, Thank you. Welcome
Absolutely amazing.
back. Oh, thank you very much.
So I did say Bob was here, and he was, and we got it working, but for some reason he's now lost sound. So we will persevere with Bob, because at some point, I promise you now, he's gonna bloody well do a session. So
And he
if
will
we-
blow everyone away. That's the problem. He's so
for
good.
whatever reason, yeah, if he can't manage to get it kind of coming on, what we might do is we might experiment with trying a session with him on his own and just literally go live at the time.
Do you know what?
and-
Worst case scenario, I will drive down to Bob's, use all my own gear, and he can sit with me, and we'll have him. I'll have him sit next to me, and we'll get him on, and because he's so
So
good,
he's in-
everybody. Honestly,
He's in the stream at the moment. The only thing I don't know is if he's got sound. So we'll bring him in just so that it doesn't sound like we're making it all up. He is here. So that fella with the beard that looks a million times better than mine and the tash, that is Bob Gallie.
I got
So-
sound. I can't believe I
Yay!
Oh,
got
it's
some sound.
working. It's
Yeah, I don't know. I
working.
don't know how long it's going
Fantastic.
to last, mate. Eh? Don't get too excited, eh?
Right. So we'll get a song out of you quite quickly. All I was going to say is so
Yeah.
with Jesse's just done a couple of songs.
Oh,
And
sorry,
when
Jess,
she-
I didn't hear that.
That's all right. That's all right. You'll hear some more. But when she talks about that kind of cryptic writing and that hidden meaning, sometimes it's not necessarily always saying things in a way that people don't necessarily and have to interpret. Because what you were talking about in that song there is you were saying, in a half light, when I look at you just right. And you kind of go, well, actually, what does that mean? Just right to me is going to be different to somebody else and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then in another song, you talk about the sun took away all my words or something
Yeah.
similar to that. And again, you go, what does that mean? So your brain then starts to go, I think I know what it means. This is a
Yeah.
challenge. We were talking about this last time with the Gambler and Kenny Rogers, where the guy that wrote it, everybody said, well, it's about a gambler on a train. And actually, when it came to it, it's nothing to do with a gambler. It's all about a son and a dad's relationship and being able to talk to each other.
Oh, I didn't even know
So
that. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
once you then listen to the song back, you go, oh my God, of course.
I'll have
All
to
the
listen to it now.
references, you realize. So we've lost Bob. We didn't
No,
get
Bob.
enough time to get him singing.
yeah, Bob's just literally
Oh,
messaged
Bob.
me with one of these faces, saying "gone again." Oh,
Hopefully
honestly,
he's back
Bob,
again.
if you are listening or not listening, everybody out there, I will maybe take a special trip down to Bob's. Like I know, because normally, as I say, me and Andy would sit together and we'd host this show together. But worst case scenario, everybody, if we do not get him on tonight, you know what? Even if we do get him on for a little bit tonight, I will drive down at some point and sit with him, use all my own gear, and we'll get the man playing because
So
he's
the rule is, if he comes on, we'll get him straight on and get him to sing a song. Here he is.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
Oh,
here he
oh,
is.
oh,
Right.
yay!
So before anything else happens, we'll go off. Bob, try and sing a song.
Two
I will
songs
give
if
it a
you
go.
can.
Do it.
Yeah.
Go on. Please go
And
on.
we'll see if we can get all the way through.
What you believe and what you know, and always how the story goes. I was young before you know, seen it all, seen it come, seen it go. Blood and bones is all we are. Blood and bones is all we are. And once we're gone, there's nothing left. Just everything we once cherished. I couldn't say what's right or wrong. Everyone's got different roads that they walk along. But mine ain't written in sand or stone. It's written in the blood and the veins that it flows along. It's written in the blood and the veins that it flows along. Touch me now, feel the light flowing down through my veins. Ooh, yeah. And how much time do I have? Is it written on a graph? I was never good at maths, but I have traveled many paths. And how do you gauge what life is worth when all we do just makes things worse? All the beauty from the birth comes crashing down to the earth. Blood and bones is all we are. Blood and bones is all we are. Once we're gone, there's nothing left. Just everything we once cherished. Just everyone we once cherished. Living idols on their thrones, even they are blood and bones. And if we lose this will to live, who are we to think it is given by the hand of God? Am I the only one who thinks it's ours? Blood and bones is all we are. Blood and bones is all we are. Once we're gone, there's nothing left. Just everything we once cherished. Just everyone we once cherished. Da 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 da. Oh, 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 da 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 do. Oh, 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 la da da da. Da-da-da. Blood and bones is all we are. Blood and bones is all we are. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-do-do. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Da 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 da.
So, do another song for us, and just introduce the song as well.
Did that come through okay?
Perfect. Perfect. Keep it going before anything goes wrong.
Okay. This next song is called. I'm just trying to think what it's called. It's quite a new song actually. So it's called "Singing with the Buddha." It's a song that I wrote after this lovely lady painted a picture of me. In the background, there's a great big giant Buddha. And she titled it "Singing with the Buddha." I've got a few different beliefs, and I thought, let's search a few more. So this is Singing with the Buddha. Sitting at the bar, drinking at the fountain, and walks a man built like a mountain. Says, son, play me a tune. Well, that's kind of strange behavior. He said, I'm here to save you. Sure you ain't lost your way. Oh, nothing can save me now. I'm looking for a sign somehow, and I'm singing with the Buddha, singing with the Buddha. Oh, yeah, singing with the Buddha. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Sitting in the bar, drinking with the Buddha, showing me the life I wish I could have had. Said, son, follow the light. There's gotta be something more. I'm looking for another door. He said, son, I'll show you the key. Yeah, hey, oh, everything's changing now. Feels so amazing somehow. I'm singing with the Buddha, singing with the Buddha. Oh, yeah, yeah. Singing with the Buddha. Oh, 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 oh. Times are changing, I feel rearranging. Oh, and I'm singing with the Buddha, singing with the Buddha. Oh, yeah, yeah, singing with the Buddha. Oh, 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 oh. Sitting in the bar, drinking with the Buddha, thinking of a life I wish I could have had. Oh, yeah. Sitting in the bar, drinking from the fountain, and walks a man built like a mountain. He said, son, play me a tune. Well, that's strange kind of behavior. He said, I'm here to save you. Sure you ain't lost your way. Oh, feels so amazing, eh? Everything is changing, oh, but I'm singing with the Buddha, singing with the Buddha, yeah, yeah, yeah. Singing with the Buddha. Sitting at the bar, drinking from the fountain, and walks a man built like a mountain. He said, son, play me a tune. Ooh.
Oh, Bob. Bob.
Wow.
Absolutely. I said to these guys, because obviously you were playing up, I said, at some point, I'm going to take a trip down to you, Bob, and we're going to live stream together, mate, because, absolutely.
I don't know if it's coming across because I can't use it very well in my cans, but you know, if
it
it's coming
sounds
up,
amazing, mate.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
awesome.
sounds brilliant. Yeah,
Thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
I have to
believe we actually
say,
made it.
I'm just happy we've managed to get 2 whole songs through without any drop-offs or anything like that. What was really funny though is whilst you were singing away to wailing out, Jessie dropped off in the background. I was like, oh, please tell me this isn't happening.
I was like, oh no.
This is really, I can see all the screens and everything now and you all properly like. So,
I do wonder whether it's because you get lots of people in, it's hot and all that kind of stuff. So we'll persevere with it. So what we did with Jessie was we asked her at the start to give us a bit of background to her journey into music. So where did the inspiration come from? Where did you first get that point where you said, I want to be a songwriter, you know, that this music or this musician or these words, I want to write songs?
It's funny because as a kid growing up in the valleys, South Wales, everybody sang, like, you know, across with the choirs and the miners and everything. Like, so I always sang as a kid, but it was only when I suppose I was getting a bit older then, you know, that I started getting into poetry. So I was a big reader. I would read everything. I would go to the library, and that was a big thing for me, being able to read all the time. And then I found a Leonard Cohen book, which obviously is poetry then. And I thought, oh, the words are absolutely fantastic. But obviously then he turned into like a musician. So he was a big influence on me, and I did poetry for a bit. But it was that kind of thing of the music when I started listening to, like, you know, Bob Dylan and Ian Matthews. Ian Matthews was a fantastic vocalist from Matthew Southern Comfort. And I just loved his vocals. Going back to the Greenwich Village era with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Joni Mitchell, all those early ones that knew how to write songs, you know, from the heart, you know, and it was so powerful.
So what was it about the way they wrote or the things they wrote that you thought that captures me, and I would love to be able to craft a song in that sort of way?
I think it's because they were in that time as well. You know, everything was going on in the 60s and the early 70s. For them, like, you know, being in the position they were, you know, to go and play at Woodstock or something like that, you know, you had to play good songs. You couldn't just get up on stage and, you know, you had to really believe what you were singing. And that's what I do. If I write a song, I've got to believe it or I can't sing it. And I give all my emotion that I can. And, you know, I see a lot of people along the way, a lot of youngsters coming through and all that. And I say the same thing to them. I said, you know, give it your all, you know, get that emotion out, you know. Don't look at your mobile phone when you're singing. Get it from inside. This is where it's got to come from. And so, yeah, you know, it's like David Gates, you know, from the band Bread. If you listen to his lyrics, they were just absolutely perfect. I haven't got perfect lyrics. A lot of my lyrics are a bit weird, and some of them are like not just double meaning. They could be like 3 songs in one. But if you don't understand it, you know, there's bits and pieces. But I don't care, you know, because as long as people like it, that's great, you know. If they say, what's it about? And I said, well, what does it mean to you? And if they say, oh, it means this, and I say, well, that's great, you know, you take it on board. Everybody's got different views, you know. Songs I've listened to over the years, and then when I read what they said it was about, I'm thinking, no, I didn't think it was that. So yeah,
we were just talking about that very kind of thing. So we were kind of talking about the hidden meaning, and in fact, so Stu Larson is a guy that we've kind of seen in concert who writes amazing lyrics, a beautiful performer. But often he is asked, what's this song about? And he hates describing songs. So he sort of does the same thing. He says, well, what do you think it means? And he said, well, that's good enough. You know,
I'm not the only one then.
No, there's loads of people do it. Because you kind of go, what I meant, because it might be that it was a place in time. It might have been a point in my life where back then it meant that, but now it's just a song. I sing it and it reminds me of that. But actually it's a song. But to you, right here, right now, listening to it maybe the first or second time, it may have a whole different set of meanings and reasons and stuff like that. You know, and that's one of them.
Yeah. So Bob, do you
changing? Sorry.
Bob, do you write the words down before you put melody to them, or do you have a idea of the melody in your head and then fit the words around that? How do you sort of write? How's your writing style?
I used to try to write songs with, you know, the lyrics first.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just found it really hard. It didn't feel like natural. So what I do now is I play and I'll have a tape running, and it just happens now and again. A song will just come out of nowhere. The music's there, and I will sing, and it just evolves the song. And I wrote "Put Out the Lights," which is another song I hopefully get to do tonight. And I did the whole song in one go, and it only a few tweaks to it because it was still a bit too long now. Really, they wouldn't get it on Radio 1. I know that. And but it was just it was meant to be, you know. And I don't know why it was, but that's the way my songwriting works out. I'll know when it's right, and I'm thinking, yeah, I've got it. That's what I want, you know.
And again,
that's brilliant.
Paul Simon was saying, you know, he was challenged by somebody on a chat show, and they said, you know, how do you feel about these songs because they're so iconic? And he was talking about things like Bridge Over Troubled Water, and he said, well, yeah, but you think they're iconic. He said, but to me, that's not my best work. To me, my best work are some of the songs that actually don't get as much airplay and things like that, because I feel like I put so much more into them and stuff like that. So again, it's interesting how you can write a song and people can go, absolutely love that song. And you go, yeah, I like it, but actually I really like this one that's maybe not as mainstream or not as kind of well liked. But again, you're the writer, you're the composer, so it's your choice, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it's same as old songs now. You forget them sometimes, and you keep on writing, and you want all your new songs out. And then somebody says, "Oh, but I like your old songs as well." So then you got to go back and re-practice those because you think, "Well, hang on, they're going to be lost songs if you're not careful."
Exactly,
I've got a lot of music that's yet to come out, you know, bits and pieces. Excuse me, but it takes time, you know. It's and this year has been quite crazy anyway, like, you know, in it. So
has it not been quite normal?
Yeah, there's lots of things going on. Zombies walking around and stuff like that.
Soon they're coming.
I just hope I just hope that next year everything will come back together again, you know, one way or another, you know, because especially we all musicians in it, so we all understand what it's like to be out there and playing at festivals, gigs, wherever you do, and for it to be taken away, you know. A show like this is just ideal. I know this is, I don't do these virtual streams at all because I'm not very good at them. But I did one up in Bath, and this is the only second one I've ever done in my life, like a proper live stream. So it's all new to me as well.
It's taken us 2 attempts, but we are so stoked you're here. So that's a good thing.
So very quickly.
Sorry. So I was going to say, so your process, you kind of say, tends to be music, the vibe, the feel, and then words start to come out, and it's more often that way round. I'm hoping Sam was about to ask Jessie the same thing.
That is pretty much exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Go on then.
I'm sitting there going, he's already said it.
No, go on then. I haven't asked. I was only clarifying Bob's.
Go on, Jessie, answer the question.
Oh, okay.
You haven't asked it yet.
Oh no,
I have.
Ask it again.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Well, when I first started writing, I always used to write the words first, and then try and find sort of chords and stuff to fit around them. But lately, I've been playing sort of, you know, noodling, as they say, on the guitar. You know,
tinkering, as I call it.
And just finding different chords and different things and sort of fitting melodies to it. And in one of my new songs, I had some words written, and then I came up with something on the piano, and I put them together, even though I didn't really expect them to fit together. I just thought, I'll try it, you know, it might work. And it did. So it's all a bit of a, you know,
it is great to see you back on the piano, to be honest, Jessie.
Yeah,
it's
nice
great
to have a go again. Try and get a bit better at it.
It's going to be a nightmare us taking it out and about.
Oh God, it's so heavy.
But
yeah.
Yeah,
you can carry
That's why they give you a bag.
I know. Oh, it's still heavy.
It is. I would love to be able to play piano. I mean, I can tinker mildly, but I would love to be able to play piano. I would love to be able to play more than one instrument, really, for a start. I mean, I can play a little bit of the mandolin, but people who can play piano, I often find if they can play piano and they can play guitar, there's so much. It almost seems to open up more opportunity with melody and stuff like that. So I just wish you'll have to teach us.
I barely know anything.
I do technically know how to play, Andy.
No, you don't. You're just saying that because you want to be cool.
No, I do.
There you go.
Okay.
Teacher.
Right, we can play chopsticks together. Okay, so I'm conscious it is hot. It is PCs are going, please don't make me do any more.
I think we should get Bob back on to do another 2.
Yeah.
just in case anything happens. So
Well, so if Bob starts us off, and then
Yeah.
Jessie does 2 after Bob,
Yeah.
and then we'll look at another few comments just in case we missed anything, and then we'll start kind of exploring some of the social media stuff that you do and how people can find out about you, CDs, all that kind of stuff.
Someone's just commented, Mr. Gale. I remember meeting
Gallie.
you in Gallie. Sorry, I keep saying it
That's
wrong.
okay.
I'm dyslexic, everybody. Mr. Gallie, I remember meeting you in Bristol. Sam and Jessie, nice to meet you. I came across Bob very, very quickly. A friend of mine posted on a songwriters forum on Facebook, and he says, "Oh, please check it out. I've written a new song." So I went on and popped on. I thought, "Oh, I'll have a little look through the list, see who has on." And I came across Bob. And when me and Andy had set this all up, I said to Andy, "We've got to get this guy on. We've got to get this guy on." Because honestly, listening to Bob's stuff is absolutely. I mean, Jessie's obviously fabulous, and I've known her for a long time, and I've watched her grow and everything else. But Bob, meeting him for the first time online, and then obviously getting able to chat with him and doing all this is just fantastic. Because this is
Very
what
nice
it's all
of you,
about.
yeah.
It's what it's all about, isn't it? This is why we've got the show, is so people out there can meet new artists and new songwriters and go, "Oh, actually, that's fantastic." And do you know what I mean? That's where it's, yeah.
And also, I think we don't do it as much as we should and could to promote songwriting, because there is an abundance of cover artists, tribute artists, and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with those, because there's a market in every pub for them. But actually, the opportunity for a songwriter to write songs, perform them, and get paid to do it as well is really important for our music industry as well. So we're just trying to do a little bit to help out.
So very quickly on that note, everybody, if you look at the screens, you'll see Jessie's and Bob's PayPal accounts. So if you love what they're doing and you love their songs, just give them a little tip, a couple of quid to them, because obviously, we're all struggling at the moment as musicians to earn any money at all, and it is really hard out there. So if you do like what they do and you're on here and you fancy appreciating what they do, just drop them a couple of quid in to their PayPal accounts. That would be absolutely fantastic, please.
Okay, so without further ado, we shall turn the studio over to Bob and Jessie again. So Bob's going to do 2 songs. So Bob, do your 2 songs, introduce them, and tell us a little bit about the background to them. Don't necessarily tell us what they mean.
Very quickly, Michael, my friend, has just put on here, I can vouch Sam has played on my keyboard. So I'm not lying. I can play.
So you've got him as a co-conspirator now to your lies and deceit. Yeah. So right, we're going to leave Bob and Jessie in the studio for another couple of songs, and then we'll see you in again for some more chat.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. It's really good to actually get on here this time. I haven't heard Jessie play yet, so looking forward to that. This song is called Didn't Love You Enough. And I said I just loved you too much. Look in the mirror, feel like a fool, couldn't understand. Some people need more space than others. Just wasn't that kind of man, didn't love you enough. I didn't love you enough. So where do we run to? Well, there's nowhere left to hide in this old town. Say there's no reason or rhyme. Oh, no reason or rhyme enough. I didn't love you enough. I didn't love you enough. I just loved you too much. I just loved you too much. I just loved you too much. Ooh. So look in the mirror. Oh, I feel like a fool, couldn't understand. Some people need more space than others. I just wasn't that kind of man. Oh, didn't love you enough. Whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Didn't love you enough. So where do we run to? Oh, there's nowhere left to hide in this old town. Say there's no reason, no reason, no rhyme. Didn't love you enough. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, didn't love you enough. I didn't love you enough. I just loved you too much.
That was amazing, Bob.
Oh, thanks, Jess. I can see you then as well. Are you
Some
going
very
next, or is it
impressive high
just
notes.
is it me again? Is it?
Yeah, you do your second one and then
Oh,
I'll
I'll
do.
do second. Happy
Yeah.
days. Okay, this this next one is called "Life Goes On," and I had a few problems a few years ago, and I may not be a, but so I wrote the song "Life Goes On." So you think your life is over now? Well, looky here, feel it somehow. Feel the burn in the summer sun. Wanna leave us all behind. Well, now I know what it really means to be alive, to be extreme. Well, only life can feel so right, 'cause I'm lying here with you tonight, and I know that life goes on. I know that life goes on. I know that life goes on, even after I'm gone. Oh, settle down in the long grass here. Forget the life we've been going through. But the river, it runs so fast, hard to keep up, it's flying past. Well, maybe time will understand what it's like to love again. Baby, you see me down, whoa, pick me up, turn me around, and I know that life goes on. Oh, I'm sure that life must go on, and I know that life goes on even after I'm gone. Oh, so you think your life is over now? Look here, feel it somehow. Feel the burn in the summer sun. You wanna leave it all behind. Well, maybe time will understand what it's like to love again. But baby, when you see me down, oh, pick me up, turn me around, and I know that life goes on. Ooh, yeah, I'm sure that life goes on. I know that life goes on even after I'm gone. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, ooh. Settle down in the long grass years. Forget the life we've been going through. But the river, it runs so fast, yeah. Hard to keep up, it's flying past. And I know that life goes on. Ooh, I'm sure that life must go on. I know that life goes on even after I'm gone. And I know that life goes on. Ooh, I'm sure that life must go on. Oh, I know that life goes on even after I'm gone.
That was also amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Looking forward to listening to you.
I don't know how to follow that now. That was incredible.
No, you'll be okay. Don't
wow.
worry. You'll be fine.
So I'm going to attempt my new song on the piano. This could go horribly wrong because I've never.
You'll be
I'm
fine.
definitely not used to playing piano and singing with a mic, but we'll give it a go. So this I've not put this out yet or anywhere. So it's called Something Sweet, and I hope you like it. Okay, well.
History repeats itself more often than not. like a soft spot and it's killing me slow. You'll be the death of me. You'll be the death of me. You know, I've never known love quite like this. And maybe that's why I just can't resist. 'Cause you're the sugar in my tea. When I need something sweet, you taste so bad for me. But nothing else competes. I've got a sweet tooth like a soft spot and it's killing me slow. You'll be the death of me. You'll be the death of me, you know. 'Cause you're the sugar in my tea. When I need something sweet, it tastes so bad for me. But nothing else competes. I've got a sweet tooth like a soft spot and it's killing me slow. You'll be the death of me. You'll be the death of me, you know.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you. So I'm glad I got through that okay. I thought I'd mess it up more, but I didn't. So
Sounded perfect.
thank you very much. Alright, so I'm just going back to guitar, so alright, so I've got to decide what song to do. Okay, I think I'll do a happy one after that. So that's not the cap. So this is a song called Electricity, and it's not a soppy love song, but it is a love song. But it's like a nice, jolly love song. Thanks, Lou. Nice to see you. So this is called Electricity, and I hope you like it. We were just strangers in a crowded room. Now we're lovers running from the moon, trying to catch the light without the dark, holding out for a sensible heart. And at the start there was just a spark, lit up the whole room, although miles apart. Soon the flame grew high, higher than the sky. Cinnamon to this day. Oh, 'cause my heart conducts your love like electricity to water. You're in my brain, you're in my veins. I'm addicted to you. I ought to stop thinking of you, soon find someone new, and then you'll tear my heart in two, leaving me all alone without the warmth of your bones to lie next to at night. Oh, 'cause my heart conducts your love like electricity to water. You're in my brain, you're in my veins. I'm addicted to you. I ought to start embracing the heat from the fire before the plane expires. Don't be scared to get burned. This love I would have never learned of if I didn't fall for you. Oh, 'cause my heart
house, you're my home, everything I've known. You're the bricks to my motor. So does your heart conduct my love like electricity to water? And will the current pass through the hearts of our future sons and daughters?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Absolutely fantastic. Wow, guys.
Hello.
Bob, your second song and Jessie's first song. Oh, I was sitting in the back room crying and my eyes out. I'm like, no, no. I was wiping my eyes going, oh, I can't go back on looking like I'm crying, can I?
Yeah, you're all
So-
softy,
I am a bit, mate. I'm a big softie. Right. So this is a question for the pair of you, and whoever wants to answer first definitely can. So, what advice would you give to songwriters out there that obviously are trying to make it in the industry?
Of course, a tough one.
Because you're both very from different walks of life, so it'd be interesting to see what advice you'd both give.
The thing is, I think it's being able to obviously write your own material. That's the start. If you can do that and then keep on doing it, it'll get better. I remember some of the songs I've written, first songs, they're just awful. You know, maybe there was a few like bits in there, but they were just terrible. You know, always your first songs. But it takes time, you know. But I think a lot of young singer-songwriters and all musicians coming up now, they got so many opportunities with YouTube. I'm not big on YouTube, and you know, shove some things on there, but yeah, I think that's a great advantage that you've got, and I think you really need to use it to full potential. Same as social media. You know, one time I didn't know what social media was, but now here I am just doing it because that's what's called to be able to keep up with what's going on. Anybody can do it. It doesn't, you know, you've just got to believe, you know. I've been believing for a long time, and you've just got to keep on writing and keep going. And one day that one song will come along, and that'll be your pension for the rest of your life. A lot of brummies know that as well.
That fits with that view of the 10,000 hour rule. And Sam and Jessie and I have talked about this on another kind of platform where people go, you know, you've got to follow the 10,000 hour rule of gigging, writing, performing, writing, gigging, performing. And then at some point, something clicks and it starts to kind of come. But almost it can frighten people to think, I've got to write bucket loads of material to find something really good. So some people that can put them off straight away because they go, I haven't got the time, I haven't got the inclination, whatever it might be. So it is something as well. I think you've got to practice and you've got to commit to keep doing and keep doing. If you can't commit to it, then I think obviously that's your message there, isn't it?
It'll just fall by the way. Yeah, you know, practice is everything really, because it's so easy to. Like, you know, when all this kicked off this year, all of a sudden you stop playing and you almost feel like you think, what's the point? Because everything's just like falling apart. But trying to be positive,
did that.
You know.
Yeah, we did that early on, you know.
Yeah. And you think, what is the point? But then something inside you, and then I got invited to go up to Bath to play at the Pleasure Garden, and it gave me the kick up the bum to get back into it, you know. Get the music going, because it's all going to end sooner or later, and we're all going to be back out there doing exactly what we love, you know. So trying to think positive as well, and I think that's what you got to do. We will get through it, you know. It's just one of these things, like, you know. But the music, it's what makes the world go round, you know. Everybody loves music. Well, I think
Jessie, what you reckon?
True.
What's your advice?
Well, as Bob said, I think you have to believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, I think people will see that you don't believe, and then they're not really going to take anything from it, you know. But I think, as you said about social media and YouTube and stuff, it is a really big advantage to us as young people. But because so many people are doing it now, it's easy to get lost. So you have to really, really work. Like if you would have done it when YouTube just came out, I think, like Lewis Watson, he did it on YouTube, and that's how he made a career for himself with music, because no one was really doing it when he did it. But obviously, it kind of, started the snowball and everyone started doing it. So you have to really stand out now, I think, which makes it a little bit harder, even though it is an advantage.
Wasn't it how Justin Bieber got started as well on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so. Usher saw a video, or someone saw a video of him singing
Yeah.
Chris Brown or something. Yeah, and then it went from there. So, I mean, you do have to. I mean, obviously, it depends who sees it as well. If one, like Usher looks at your video or something, and then it can all go from there. So it also depends who's looking, but it can be difficult in today's society, I guess.
What about when you hit that proverbial creative brick wall, where you kind of go, I've written so many songs, or I've written everything I can think of to write. I don't know what else to write about, or I've got nothing else to say. What do you do at that point? 'Cause
I
you still
think he's
wanna
picking.
write.
I think he's picking on me now, guys, because everyone knows I write half songs, never bloody finish them, and have to go to Andy Hughes to get them done. He's picking on me. He's picking on me.
Yeah,
I got a few of
it
those.
is.
No. It was a general question, because you do find that, I mean, obviously, when we've talked to songwriters, they kind of go, I haven't written anything in ages because I just can't think what to write. So have you found yourself in that position, and where have you, I suppose, then got that next kind of inspirational spurt of energy to get back in?
Do you want me to
Either
do this
one
one,
of you.
Jess?
You go, Bob, if you want.
This I haven't really hit it yet, because it takes so long sometimes to write songs, and then one song will just come along. I expect you've all got this kind of, I use like a little voice recorder thing, and I've got so many things on it, as like Sam was saying, unfinished. But those unfinished songs could be, once you get time to go through them, I've got lots of lost songs that I want to bring out. But yeah, I haven't actually hit a brick wall. I think it takes so long to practice the ones you've got anyway. There's always something else waiting in the background, and
But
so
I
much
guess
going
it's
on
that
at the
thing where
moment.
you sort of talk about, you might not hit the brick wall, but you kind of go, I've written quite a bit of stuff, and now I might go back through stuff to try
Yeah.
and find some new spurts to finish songs and things like that. So I guess for me, that's one way, is you can look back through old stuff. I mean, I've done that loads of times, where you think, I've got some songs, but actually now's the time maybe to go and check out some of the ones I half wrote before.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of did that myself. I mean, I wrote a song about Jessie. Yeah. Oh, did you see a little face then? Did you see a little face? But I wrote a song about
Great
Jessie.
song.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And but it took me 4 years to finish it. It took me absolutely 4 years to finish it. And but you are right.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, everyone gets them. I've had writer's block for a while. But then I think Andy's right. As soon as you start going through that process again, and you start rewriting, you start looking back at other stuff, and getting that inspiration because things are happening in your life, really does sort of spur you. And it's nice also when people sort of say to you, "I really love your own stuff compared to your covers," and then that in you, and then he kind of goes, "Oh, actually," makes you want to perform them more. Do you know what I mean? Because you do, you get very disheartened in this game, going out singing your own, and people look at you and go, "Oh, I don't know what this song is," and and do I even like it? But when they start giving you good feedback, more and more, because you're singing them more and more, and they're getting used to the songs, it really does help, and it really just gives you that little bit of a kick up the bum to start doing them again.
Yeah, I think when you were just saying about looking through old stuff, I just realised I like to go through old, like, I don't know, lyrics I've got written down, and look at the way I've written, just look at the way I've written something, and see when I wrote it, and think, well, how could I make it better? And it just shows me how much I've sort of grown, which is nice. But sometimes there'll be really good things. I'm like, oh, did I actually write that? I was like, oh, I need to put that in a song because it's good. But yeah, I think that really helps as well. And I think for me as well, watching other people and listening to people I like, and I found myself, I pick up on little different things from different people, and sort of incorporate it into songs I've got without even realising, because I was listening to some other songs and I was like, oh yeah, I picked that up from that and put it in my song without actually consciously doing it. So yeah, I think that really helps to,
So do you
inspire.
find, guys, that when you sit and listen for a night of music, or you've just got music on in the background, that it spurs you? Because I found lately that when I do that, I know Andy's done this because we've talked about it, but I do lately. I've been sitting and listening to some songs that I absolutely love and I haven't listened for a long time, and I go, "Oh, actually, I've now got an idea for a song." Do you kind of do that, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's where a lot of songs come from. If like little ideas, it's not copywriting anything. It's just inspiration in another sort of form. So yeah, it does inspire me.
I think what's really funny as well is when you write a song and you think, I like that, but it feels a little bit familiar. And then you look back through your songs and you see a song that's almost exactly the same that you wrote about 3 years before. And you go, oh, I've written the same song twice.
Well, I haven't written that many songs to be able to do that yet, Andy, but we know you've written about
Okay.
300. Show off.
Well, maybe 270 around that mark. Yeah.
Big difference.
Doesn't mean they're good. Yeah, doesn't mean they're good. I'm just conscious we're coming up to quarter past, just gone quarter past. So what would be great is if you could both play another song each. And then what would be great to do at the end is just talk about where people can find you and your social media and things like that, just so we can get, hopefully, people to connect with you as well. So if you're up for it and you don't mind doing that, and now we've got you on, Bob, as well. If you can do another song for us, and then we'll just kind of do, and then we'll do a final catch up. So in fact, what I'll do this time is I will pull. So Bob, if you go first, I'll pull Jessie and Sam and me out. Otherwise, it's a bit weird for Jessie sitting there going, "Do I look at the floor? Do I look at the ceiling? What do I twiddle my thumbs?" So we'll give you the screen, and then when you've done your song, we'll kind of swap over and put Jessie in place, and then we'll do a final bit of chat. All right?
Don't forget, everybody, if you like what these artists have done tonight, obviously Bob and Jessie, there is their PayPal links on the screen. Just drop them a couple of quid, and just say thanks and you've appreciated the night, and that'd be absolutely fantastic, please.
It does make a difference. It really does make a difference.
It does.
Right. Bob Gallie for the last time this session.
This song is called Put Out the Lights. When I was younger, I was very scared of the dark, petrified of it. I'm a bit better now. And this is a mix-up of all different kinds of things going on in my life. So this is called Put Out the Lights. Don't be frightened of the dark. Everyone's gotta hurt sometime. Been a traveler, been to the stars, been to Venus, stopped off at Mars. What did you see there? You fly through the sky. Leave me messages that I can decide. Put out the lights, she said. Settle on down. Put out the lights, she said. I want you alone. I said I don't like the dark. I've been there before. Put out the lights, she said. I'll take you, show you more. Ooh, 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 ooh. I was just a young boy. She was so mature. She led me down to the beach and the shore. And as we bathed in the moonlight and the stars, she said to me, you've got so many scars. I said, put out the lights. Oh no, don't want you to see me this way. Put out the lights. Oh, I've been many ways. Put out the lights. Rest your sweet eyes. She said, my sweet love, I can live with those scars. Woo, 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 woo. They told me you were heaven incarnate. I said, don't give me that meter at the gate stuff. I know I was foolish, left you alone, yeah, hoping for home. Put out the lights, put out the lights, yeah, yeah, put out the lights. It's hard for me now. I don't like the dark, the shadows they hurt. There's something in the cupboard, something in my heart. I don't need answers for what I don't know. Whoa, put out the lights, put out the lights, yeah. And as we walked alone on the beach late at night, the shoreline was empty except for the dark. We dove in the water, we drank in the deep. Sure, she took my soul that night. Oh, I couldn't sleep. Oh, put out the lights. Oh, put out the lights, yeah. Put out the lights. Oh, bring me the clouds to cover the sun, rolling in the deep, surfing in the sun. And I don't need answers for what I don't know. Put out the lights. Oh, I was just a young boy, she was so mature. She led me down to the beach and the shore. And as we bathed in the moonlight and the stars, she said to me, you've got so many scars.
Oh, that was lovely. Wow. Right. Oh, I guess I'll have to follow that somehow. Oh, right. Okay. So this is a song. So this is my debut single that's out on Spotify and iTunes and anywhere else you wanna listen to music. It should be there. It's called Shade of Blue, and it's about, funnily enough, it's a song about not being able to write a song. Doing the capo the wrong way. So yeah, it's quite ironic, really. It's about not being able to write a song unless I'm sad or, struggling to write happy songs, as most people seem to do. So it is a happy song though. So this is called Shade of Blue.
To paper when my heart isn't broken. I don't feel the need to write when I'm happy. I live in the moment, but the sadness, I've forgotten the words. It's been a long time. And when I'm down into a different state of mind, which helps the stars to align, I find the right words to write. This shade of blue can be both a blessing and a curse, 'cause it means I get to write a song for you, and all the colors within me, they flow like a river. They paint my whole world the same shade of blue, and this song's for you.
Oh, guys, absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
Brilliant.
I broke my pen.
Love it. Yeah, me in tears in a minute.
So a massive thank you
That was
to
lovely,
the
though.
pair of
Wasn't it?
you tonight, because you were both absolutely fabulous. I was so pleased we was able to get you on, Bob. Really
Yeah,
am.
it was really-
Jessie,
really
thank
good.
you for stepping in as well.
You guys are so patient. Because I've had a nightmare every night on something like
We've
this.
been there before. We've been there before.
Yeah, you know, it's like
I'll tell you a
It's
little
very
story.
easy. It's very easy to get disheartened when things don't quite go, and you think I'm dealing with something new. But actually, a little perseverance and a bit of questioning, and a bit of patience, and it all comes right.
yeah.
Bob, I wouldn't worry about the sound and everything else and problems you've had, because over the last sort of, I don't know how long have we been in lockdown, I don't know. But Andy was setting up all of his gear, and the amount of times we've gone on and come off and gone on and come off and gone on and come off, just trying to sort out sound, even with Jessie and myself, just to obviously get these things absolutely perfect for ourselves. It's been,
Technology, eh?
yeah.
Getting ready to throw equipment through windows and stuff like that, and go, "I've had enough. I'm not doing it again. It's
Yeah,
done."
but
Um, so
appreciate you
just
putting together.
very quickly, what have you got? Have you got anything coming up on the horizon that you can see, or is it still all a bit quiet and a bit kind of locked down? Have you got any new stuff, new music, new projects?
Ladies first.
Well, the only thing really is that BBC Introducing are playing my songs at the moment, or a couple anyway. So
Good.
they should be playing one. Should be playing Home tomorrow at around 8 o'clock, I think. And they played Shade of Blue, and they played Home a couple of weeks ago on their introducing show. But other than
So
that,
if you
I'm
go
just
on Jessie's
writing.
page, Jessie
Good.
Desai Music, if you go on her page and like her page, she posts about when these things are going to be played. And again, follow these people and find out where they're playing and stuff like that as well, because it helps. So watch out for BBC Introducing and Jessie. What about you, Bob? You working on any new projects, albums, or anything?
Well, I'm down in Somerset now, so you know the sun's still shining outside now. Believe it or not.
Right.
I'm
but
jealous.
Yeah, and me.
It was really weird because last Saturday I was supposed to be playing at the King Arthur in Glastonbury. They booked me. Obviously, I'd lost loads of gigs like everybody else, and they said, "Yeah, we've got it all sorted out and all the social distancing." And I thought, brilliant, it's a lovely place to play. And then Boris changed the tune, and we couldn't do it, so that was put off. But I am supposed to be doing. Depends whether it comes off. It's like a beer musical festival, that side of it, you know, those kind of things they have. Well, I think that's towards the end of this month, and so it may happen, which would be interesting.
So if it does, everybody, if it does, go onto Bob's page, look where it is, and we'll all get down there. We'll all get down there.
Yeah, get your backside down to Somerset.
Yeah.
Think it'd be
Yeah.
good.
Make
Well, I
great
was-
cider.
I was supposed to go into the studio this year, or it should have been last year as well. Things happened to do a proper full solo album. I sell CDs, and but it was time that I went in because it was an amalgamation of live stuff and everything. And obviously, because of all this, that's on hold. But I am doing something which in Taunton is called the Sangha House. And they do meditation, yoga, tai chi, and all that kind of thing. But they also run a fantastic open mic, and that's where I made friends with Andy Spragg, who actually runs it with his wife. And there's a worldwide thing like compassion in the world, and he's asked me to be part of that. So I think that's coming up on the 14th, 15th of August. So it's going to be a worldwide thing. So if I know I'm definitely doing it, it'll be similar to this. It'll be a lot of talking, music, and it'll go worldwide. So I will be getting in touch with him because he's such
And
a nice
again,
guy,
if you do stuff like that as well, let us know, because we'll always promote it on a later show. So if we know you've got stuff coming out or you're doing stuff, drop us a message, because we'll drop it into the show and we'll talk about it and things like that as well.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So that's always useful. Just very quickly then, so Jessie, people can find you on Facebook and YouTube as Jessie Desai Music. Yes, and Bob, you're on YouTube, aren't you?
I think the easiest way for me, when people say, what's your links on? So I say, look, if you go into Google and put my name in there, it'll all come down with everything on there. All, my Facebook, Reverb Nation, Twitter, which I don't mess around with. I got a good friend that sorts out stuff, and Instagram, and Instagram is fantastic. Yeah. I got a great page apparently, but I've never seen it.
He's already professional. Look, already professional, getting other people to do the work.
I just time,
just very quickly, where can people buy CDs then?
Yeah.
After you, Jess.
Oh, well, there's a CD I don't want anyone to hear anymore. But they're all sold out anyway. That's the only thing on my
We
website.
shall get a copy. We shall get a copy and play it.
I have got one, yeah.
It's very early stuff. But I haven't got anything out yet, but you can go and stream my single, as I said, Shaded Blue, on Spotify and anywhere you want to listen to music.
So on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Cool. And Bob, CDs, where can people buy them?
You can contact me direct, just private message me, and I do a CD which got 8 songs on, all my own, and I must probably only sang maybe 2 of them tonight, so all the others are going to be different for you.
But you've got about 4 albums, 3 albums, or you've got an EP and some singles as well, haven't you?
It's a really strange mix for me, because I actually got something on vinyl, but that's a long time ago.
I might have to be getting that, Bob.
And that was actually in Birmingham when I was at Stourbridge, because I used to go up and play at the JB's in Dudley as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Wolverhampton Civic Hall, played there, which is an amazing place. We supported Dr. Feelgood then back in the day. But so I've got a great love of Birmingham and the Brums, you call yourselves, and the Black Country. I've had some fantastic times over there, and I look forward to coming up one time. And
that'd be absolutely fantastic.
So people can message you to get CDs.
Yeah.
Can they buy them off a website or anything?
No, I haven't got on website because I only normally sell them at festivals and gigs.
Okay.
I wanted to put something out that was more professional, even though people still like it. I wanted to do a complete album so you are actually getting value for money. I put 8 songs on there, and I charge £8. I want a bargain.
That's it, yeah.
£1 a song, and I'll even post it free for you.
So Bob did say at some point he would be gracious enough to give us a copy of a CD so we could run a competition, because that's one of the other things we want to do at some point, is run a competition to just get a little bit more engagement with our audience and things like that as well. So again, if we get that, we'll look out for that as well, because that'll be a lovely prize.
Yeah, no problem. I'll send you up.
Marvelous. Well, look, I don't want to keep you, it's gone past the 9:30 mark by about 6 minutes, so I don't want to keep you any longer than our designated time. I just want to say again, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you very much, Bob, for persevering.
Thank you very much for getting
great job. You both sounded fantastic, and we hope.
Nice to see you, Jess.
And you, Bob. Nice to finally hear you.
Yeah, I've never been on one of these things. It's really weird, see 4 people at once.
It is odd.
I love your music. Really good. BBC introducing, it's a good platform there.
Thank you.
So we'll let you kind of drop out, and then Sam and I'll just have a couple of seconds, and then we'll kind of end it there. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
Your evening,
Thanks.
and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Really enjoyed it.
Bye. Wow, mate, what a night.
It was good, wasn't
What a
it?
night. Oh,
Yeah. I'm so glad we persevered and got him on.
I know. I
Yeah.
had to drop out. Bless him. It was so good, though. I'm so pleased we got him on. But I definitely think, Bob, if you're still listening in a second or not listening, I will come down and we'll have a jam together at some point, or come and watch you at a festival. That'll be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. So who we got next month?
Right. So from my end, we've got the amazing Paul Walker and Karen. They're fabulous guys. A lot of the folk community know them. That they play all over. That they've been to Ireland and everywhere else. So please watch out for the poster because they are absolutely fabulous. They are so good. They're so good. Andy, who have you got?
Which show are we talking about? End of September or end of August?
It's the end of this one, isn't it? The next one.
I can't think off the top of my head. I've got my I've got my September one. I was about to say about my September one.
I'm all prepared, mate. I'm all prepared.
Well, once is good.
Well, September, hopefully, fingers crossed for me, if we're talking about September, not the end of this month, I've got to obviously get hold of somebody. I won't mention the name just yet, but he's he's probably one of my favourite folk singers on the scene. For the last sort of, I would say, the last sort of 4 or 5 years, I met this guy at a folk club, and he absolutely blew me away. And he has gave me permission to sing one of his songs. And again, actually, that took a little while to get his words and his chords. But I got him. When he came to my,
keep nicking them all.
But yeah, when he came to my folk sing around that me and Jessie actually run, unfortunately we can't at the moment, guys. But as soon as we're back, we will get that out and about. But yeah, he came down. I won't mention the name just yet because I'll wait for the poster, or I'll mention it on the next show. But he's good. He's absolutely phenomenal, and he's very well known. So
he is our end of September folky.
Yeah, so he will be the secret guy at the moment. He will be our, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can get him. If not, I have got somebody in the pipeline, just in case. So and
for me, I have got a guy called Jessie Terry. Jessie Terry is actually from the US.
Oh, fantastic.
And he's a kind of country folk singer-songwriter. He's been over here, he's toured over here and things like that as well. But he's got a beautiful style, beautiful repertoire of songs. So again, it should be a fantastic show. And now I need to work out who I put in for August because I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, guys.
My memory
should be on this.
My memory is terrible. Right, we will say goodbye and we will leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. And we will see you in, a couple of weeks, I guess?
Yeah, 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So please do remember to share the videos, share the page, like the page, spread it all around, all that kind of stuff.
Because we can only go somewhere with you guys. Obviously the audience is really important to us. And as I say, we will just be showing you artists that we believe have got great words, great lyrics, and great songs.
Okay. So from me, it's goodbye.
And from him, it's also goodbye.
We shall see you soon. Take care.
Okay. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.